come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Yes, we are the trending topic. We relationship prophets. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest. Brunch with the boys, we the hottest.
What's going on? It's your boy King Des here. Another episode of Brunch with the Boys. We have special guests this evening, but first, what's going on, gentlemen?
Jezzy, what's good, everybody?
Hello and good evening. This is Mr. Gent.
Hey, that was okay.
That's pretty good.
That was all right.
That's
but,
pretty good.
Look, enough about you, nigga. We got some special guests. What's going on?
Gent, introduce our guests.
Yeah,
man, tell us who the guests are, Gent.
Hey, so we got the ladies, the beautiful ladies. Let me add that in.
Oh, yeah.
Medina Moreau and Kiki Said So from the CockTales Podcast. If you ain't know about cocktails, you don't know nothing about life. Okay? Kill yourself.
That's a heavy.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. That was a little aggressive.
That's a heavy burden. That's a heavy burden. How you doing
I
tonight,
like
ladies?
it. I'm fine with it. Hey, y'all.
Sure.
Hey.
What's going on, ladies?
We appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening.
And I thought it was only appropriate that, you know what, ladies, why not tell us a bit about your podcast?
Oh, wow.
Well,
We talk about sex, dating, and relationships.
Hey.
Most of the time, it's in a comedic way. We share very personal stories
Oh, yeah.
of our own sex lives.
and then sometimes we have other guests who come on and we encourage them to talk about their own personal experiences. We don't really do traditional interviews. We just like to pick topics that, of course, whoever the guest is can speak on and share like how you really feel about it. We don't need the
You keep it real.
well-crafted answers. Just
No.
tell us how
You
you
keep
really
it
feel.
real, and I think that's what we do here at Brunch with the Boys. That being said, you led with sex, and that's where I like to start and finish. So we're having you on our episode of Sex and Mimosas, and we're going to get right into it. I think that when we're younger, right, most men, when we start having sex initially, we are so selfish, right? We don't even think about the girl coming. So I want to ask you, Des, when was the first time you started caring if the pussy came?
I'd probably say my mid-20s.
Damn.
Yeah. They don't say damn like that. Probably my mid-20s.
So
But not because I don't think it's important, right? Because obviously I've realized that that's important. I think that contributes to a very happy sex life, right? But I think when you're a young man, just like most aspects of life, you're pretty much focused on yourself, right? You're introspective, right? So it's about what's good for you and when it's good for you. And so I think for many years that was kind of my MO. And I think when you meet the right person, you start to care about what they care about and things that make them happy and things that bring them joy. And I think your dynamic kind of changes on that. So,
listen, maturity is in love.
Poor girls. I feel bad for those
Me
girls.
too.
No. They had a great time.
How do you know that? You don't know that shit,
I
though.
think
That's
that's
probably
bravado.
during the same phase that they were faking it.
I think men lie to
I think
themselves.
you're wrong.
Too.
That's what I think.
Exactly right. See, I think niggas will always lie to themselves and say, "No, it was good for them too." These are just the things you need to tell yourself. So I want to ask you, ladies, then, when did you realize niggas didn't care? Because I'm sure you didn't start out unless you started sleeping with an older man from the rip. I'm sure you experienced a few men that were, in it to get theirs only. No?
The crazy thing is I've always dealt with older men.
Mm-hmm.
So like my sex stories are typically all really great. But I will say in high school, like none of us knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
So, but in my grown life, like I've dealt with maybe like I can count on one hand how many guys you can tell that they just weren't into it for me. They just needed to get that nut.
Yeah.
I can also tell the men who have been lied to a lot because when you try to give them like a little bit of guidance, it's like
They think they got it. Nigga.
they get offended.
No,
and
they get
they'll say,
offended,
well, I've never heard that complaint before. I've never heard that before. Well, you didn't fuck me before.
And what
So,
a weak way to
stop-
respond to. I've never heard that before. Nigga, obviously, this is something new. You know what I mean? Take it on the
Yeah.
chest.
And I think even aside from not caring about what the woman's pleasure level is, I think that sometimes guys forget that we're all so different and we don't want to have sex the same way. So what worked for Veronica last week isn't going to work for Kiki. I don't like that.
That's right.
You know, and so I think it's like you guys, sometimes it seems like y'all want to skip the learning the woman's body phase, and there's nothing that can be fun and enjoyable in and of itself. Like, I'm going to try and figure out what you want. You need to do the same. I would say after college, it was easier.
Don't get offended. Just switch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's everybody.
But don't you think that comes with, like, do you guys think that's inherent, right? I think that comes with maturity. Like, and by default of the definition of maturity, I just don't think you had that from the jump. Yeah. I don't think most people have that from the jump. You know,
especially a man.
I think that it was I noticed like the guys who were maybe like after college. It was definitely after college when I started like, okay, multiple guys that I've slept with along the way. I agree with you. As you get older, it's like they're always older than me, not too much, but they're older and they learn. Some of them, and then some of them, I'm just like, you just don't care. Right, period. And you're never gonna care.
Maybe we're telling the youth to wait and have sex, guys. You know, wait until after college and then start having great sex. At high school,
I think men start having grown sex when they're 30.
Hey, that's about, I told you about 27, 28 is when I had my damn epiphany. So that's about right.
My epiphany came a lot later. Like, I mean, a lot earlier.
Yeah, mine came earlier.
I remember specifically going down eating this girl's coochie, and I thought I was basically having the gourmet meal of my life, right? And she tapped me on my head and said, "Come up." I was like, she tapped me on the head and said, "I'm good."
Yeah, that's the
Let me just tell you
right there.
Let me tell you, immediately after that, I was like, I'm never eating pussy again. Yeah. You just destroyed me.
Traumatized.
You know what I'm saying? But
really?
No, that was a real story. Until like, you remember we were having a midday strip club session. I do remember. It was a working session, so we brought our laptops for work.
A lot of work. A lot of work.
And for some reason, I just came clean with this stripper, and I was just like, out of nowhere, I was just like, listen, I don't think I know how to eat pussy right. And she took a napkin and she created an origami pussy with a movable clit. And she basically told me how to work the middle the right way. And then when it came down to the pressure point of it all, she took her inner forearm and she said, "This is the pressure that you want." And she sucked my forearm, and then she said, "Do it back to me." And then she was like, no, a little bit harder. And then I was like, all right. And then when I left there, right, I immediately put this into practical application. You know what I'm saying?
I do remember that.
You got to.
And let me tell you, it changed the game.
That sounded beautiful, by the way.
You painted a picture. Like, I definitely remember.
I wish she would have taught me. Like, I want to learn too. Sensei. Ladies, how important is it to you to make your man come?
It's important to me. I feel like sex is a two-way thing. I don't want to be the only one enjoying it. He definitely can't be the only one enjoying it. I want him to finish. Some days quicker than others because sometimes I'm a little sore. But it's definitely very important that he does. Like, I want the whole sexual experience to be pleasurable.
That's
so
exactly
like they can tell me, give me some guidance, whatever. If I'm not doing something right, tell me what you want and how you want it, if need be, and within personal limits, it can happen.
Would you agree?
The whole thing from start to finish should be an experience.
Mm-hmm. What a word.
Mm-hmm. I think that goes to something. I enjoy their answers. I thought that was really awesome. I do think though something we talked about last podcast was that comes with a vulnerability, right? I mean, because we're saying it very, very easily, right? Just tell me what you want. Tell me what makes you happy. Tell me what makes you come, right? Some of that shit is weird and nasty, right? And some people don't feel comfortable explaining that. So I think you have to create an environment where you can feel comfortable, kind of sharing that. I don't know that everybody feels comfortable sharing all of the things that make them feel a certain way right off the bat.
I think there's a simple answer and fix to that. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it. Ladies, look him in the eye while you're holding his dick. Hopefully you can put two hands on it. If not, he understands. And tell me what you want. I will do whatever it takes to please you. If you say that line, if that nigga don't open up, he don't really want it.
I've done that multiple times. Tell me what you want. A lot of times I feel like it's once again up to the woman to do most of the work and make the man feel comfortable. Yeah. But I'm totally okay with that. I want you, whoever my partner is, I want you to be comfortable letting me know what you want, even if you want your booty hole licked. Like, this is sex. Like, we should be enjoying it.
And you're open to that.
Do you not think that some of that is just based off of the, men generally wanting to respect a woman and not understanding their boundaries? They may get a little bit. Okay, I just want to try. I love how they feel that.
Embarrassed.
I think you're probably embarrassed, especially when it comes to anything having to deal with your ass. We've talked about it so many times, like eating ass on the show, and
fingers in there.
And I was sharing how, like, I think a guy had asked me to do it before. He was not prepared to be asking me to do such a thing. And I hadn't done it before, but I was like, well, okay, if this is what you want, this is who I'm fucking at the time. Okay. Now, I didn't do it to him again for some other reasons. But then when I go on to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy, I would ask them if they were into it or not. And some of the guys, I could tell that they wanted to, but it was almost as if it was a trick question. And they didn't know where I was going with that. But it's like, no, I'm really being serious.
Women test men all the time. Women test men like that all the time. How many fingers can I get up in?
I wasn't testing them. I was really trying to try something because I wanted to see if I was good at it or not. I need to know, is this going to go in my sexual trick repertoire? Or do I need to, like, bitch, don't be trying to ask niggas if you can eat their ass, you don't know what you're doing. I need to figure it out,
I'd imagine you couldn't go wrong, however you eat in the ass. I can't really speak to it. I myself am not an ass eater. However, I have had my ass eaten. And it was an uncomfortable pleasure, it's like a part of you.
What made it uncomfortable?
A part of you is telling you, like, this is wrong. But then a part of you is like, but it's okay though. And it happened. And you almost feel like you're being taken advantage of. And it could speak to the stigma. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't say I hated it, but I wouldn't say it's something I would ask for.
I think it's a mental thing.
Yeah, it is. I don't think it's something I'd ever ask for. It's just something that I wouldn't stop her if she started looking at ass. Be like, all right, you a nasty, go ahead.
Couple fingers,
No fingers, sir. I never mentioned any. I don't think you need to even slip that in. You know what I mean? No pun.
You sound judgy. You being judgy.
No judge at all. Actually, you got to do what you got to do.
You might be missing out on something.
You might be missing out on the best sex of your life.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that chance. Myself, I am. To each their own, though. So your podcast is called CockTales, or has the name in it. What do you call penis, dick or cock?
Dick.
I go between dick and peen.
Peen. You just gonna shorten it up like that and disrespect it?
That's the worst.
I'll say peen when I'm texting. Like, I need that peen.
So I spell my shit out all the way.
Yeah, like your shit short. So when you get dick pics from men, which I'm sure every woman do,
I like it.
Please, let's speak to that.
Do you like it?
She said she hates it.
That sounds like the minority. Talk about that. Why do you like
I'm definitely the minority. I think if you have a pretty dick and I have enjoyed fucking or sucking it, I don't mind a little picture.
Is it just me, or when a woman says sucking, it's the most beautiful word she can say? No?
Sucking?
Top 10, top 3.
No, it touched me somewhere deep.
You said sucking so easily, it just flowed off your tongue.
But to her point, she said something. She said, if she's sucking it or fucking or whatever that is. So you only want dick pics from men you're sexually involved with.
Yeah, or that I have been sexually involved with.
So a random one
or something. But like random ones, like when men DM them to me on Instagram, or they send me pictures and videos jacking off. Now that I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't care how pretty your dick is. Yeah. I don't want to see that. It's just like, why would you do that?
It's
like,
he is your man.
Fucking you or not, I'm just not sure what you want me to do with this picture. Like, I'm not gonna go play with my pussy looking at your dick. I'm not.
I understand.
That's what they think. That's what they think was gonna happen.
I think they when a man sends a dick pic, and I firmly am against dick pics, and y'all know this. I think it's more like
it's a business
card. See what I see what I got. Come get this dick. And it's more like if it looks good to you and it's big, then you're more likely to
it's a business card. You could either be a CEO dick, or you could either be a manager dick, or the one that runs third shift. You're right.
And I always feel like when I get the pics from somebody who I've been involved with before, it's like you either want me to come over, or if it's not realistic for you to come over and me come over there at that moment, you want to sex. So you want to have a back and forth exchange, and this is you opening up the conversation. And I'm cool with that too.
Yeah. If you are with the guy, videos of him beating off, that's something that you want to see.
I don't want
really
to
want to see him jacking off though.
That was
I don't really like
anonymous.
that. Only maybe like 2 guys have ever sent it to me and it was okay, but it was really because they were fine as fuck. So it's just like, you know, you could really do no wrong. Faces in it. I'd like to see. I'd rather just get a selfie, honestly. And I don't even like selfies like that for men, but sometimes when you just look good,
You look different.
all right.
You look down
For
on a
me,
man
it's
if he's
just different. It's just like it's not sexy when men are doing it. Like a woman doing it, it's like there's so many different things
It's
you can
true.
look at. When a guy is, it's just like you're just.
No, it's true.
What
No.
are you doing,
It's
bro?
an
I don't wanna see this
aggressive.
shit.
It's aggressive, man.
It doesn't have to be aggressive. I don't know how you,
Like,
I don't know what you're doing
there's
to
a lot
yourself.
Going on.
Yeah, it's a
my
lot.
videos weren't loud.
Mine have been loud. Here's
It's
the
like I'll send a
Hold on.
video of me and then he'll send me a video back and he's just finished. And so, you know, I don't mind.
Yeah, you got that. He ain't had that
Depending on
vigorous.
the context.
It really goes to show how different everyone is, and there's someone out there for you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
real talk.
Right.
So again,
No pussy pics though. We don't want them either, ladies.
Yeah.
no.
I can't say.
Why
I've
don't
ever
y'all
just
like
whipped out my phone and
pussy
been like,
pics?
"Here's my pussy, babe," unless you asked for it.
I don't think like
Yeah, I get a request for it a lot.
really.
Why don't y'all like them? Yeah.
That's strange.
And they'll be like, get closer, get closer. I'm like, God damn, are you studying to be a gynecologist? What's going on?
They trying to see your birth canal, baby.
Why don't you like it, Jezzy?
Man, all pussy is not pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's
Really?
just it's
Really?
not all. The idea of wet pussy sounds great, and in any man's mind, if he thinks about it, it'll likely get him hard or engorged. But no, all pretty is not pussy. All pussy is not pretty. You'll see some that just look ugly as hell, some that look burnt.
Yeah, not burn. Don't do that.
You know,
Don't do that.
I just think it's different, shapes and sizes and shades of pussy, and nigga don't always want to see that.
I think it goes to, and we've talked about this, so I won't step on my soapbox, but it's that fallacy that all, to your point, that all pussy is pretty. Every chick out here got the best pussy ever, right? But they don't,
So they
right?
say,
And I think it's a fallacy, right? Every girl's like, every dude want my box. Now you got some slack niggas that'll hit anything. That's what it is.
I don't mind an asshole pic though.
You wouldn't.
No.
You
A
wouldn't.
booty hole pic?
Man,
But y'all gotta know he's special.
this is where I don't understand
Yeah.
you at all. I
Yeah.
just don't understand what I'm gonna get. Because again, what do you see in an asshole? 2 shades, maybe hopefully shaved well or waxed, because an asshole, I imagine, look hairy than a motherfucker, and you just get aroused from assholes.
It looked like a starfish.
Hey,
guys,
It
we
looked
not-
like a starfish on a beach.
Listen, hey, we're
You
not
know
gonna get
what
us no time. We're not gonna get
I'm
us.
saying? Okay, my
Keep it
bad.
moving.
My bad, dog.
Man.
That's my campaign. I'm running on that campaign next year, though. I'm telling you that right now.
We got
So no, please don't. So we talked earlier about your great sex. What age would you say then, ladies, that you found your inner whore?
Inner whore?
What do you mean?
Went through like,
More-
what do you mean?
Yeah, more like with your man, when you just realize, like, I'm not gonna be held back. I'm not gonna care about what anyone thinks. Your inhibitions. When you're having sex, you're going all in. That hoe. What's
I've
Beyonce's
always
second name?
been like that. I'm a
Beyonce.
pleaser.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a pleaser. So literally, I can say that from when I first started having sex, if you ask me to do something, 9 times out of 10, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Damn.
I like to be degraded. I've always liked that. I like hair pulled. I like spit. It wasn't like, and he brought it out of me. No, I just kind of was waiting for someone to just tell me to do it, and I'll do it.
First of all, girl, I like to say,
First, can we take a moment?
Yeah, let's just stop that up for a second. Yeah, but I'd like to say I love you. I don't know you like that, but I love you. You say you wanted to be spit, and so these are things that I firmly believe in, and I often preach to men that women enjoy these things, and they are so afraid at the idea, the thought that they could get away with that, or even the woman would like it. I don't know if they're more afraid of her liking it, and he can't believe she's such a hoe. Let her be who she is. You know what I mean? The same nasty thoughts we have, you all have. The term you use, degrading. Oh my goodness, it warmed my heart.
And I don't even look at it as like hoe behavior. I look at
Yeah,
it
I was
as
gonna
sex
say,
is boring. If you don't add on these different extensions, what the fuck are you doing, my
Yeah.
nigga?
Now,
Y'all
I
just
don't
in there
really
humping each
like-
other?
I don't like
Yeah,
certain
okay.
things that you might consider degrading, and not because they're degrading. I just don't like them. And I don't think that being nasty or freaky or just open sexually, which is really how I think of it, makes you a hoe or a whore or whatever. I think I've always been pretty open. And even if it's like something that's like way past my limits, like I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to belittle somebody or make them feel bad about requesting something that I'm not open to. I don't mind trying to find a compromise. For example, we've talked about this a lot. So with the spitting in the mouth thing, now that's something I don't like. And this is why. When the spit hits my mouth, I don't know if the man is too far away from me. It's cold. So I don't like that it's cold in my mouth. I feel like spit should be warm, like the rest of your mouth, you know? So the first time it happened, this guy did it, and I was just like, I don't want to do that again. But
So
it's plenty of other
the
things.
temperature changed that quickly.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, I didn't really enjoy that. Can we not do that again? That's something I won't do. But, you know, other stuff is like, okay, but I still try it. And I think that once for girls who or women who haven't like gotten over what other people think and just focused on what they want and how they really feel about things, that's a point that you need to get to before your sex life is really going to take off. Fortunately, I don't worry about what the other people think, because the way I see it, somebody's always going to call me a hoe. Somebody's always going to think less of me or whatever. And then am I going to do that and not get an orgasm? I think the fuck not.
Nah, we just wasted our time in this bed.
Yeah. It's like,
And to be clear, I wasn't calling you a hoe or a whore if you do nasty things. What I mean is to be a whore for your man. And when you said earlier, you'll do exactly, you know what I mean? And when you say you'll do anything for your man, that's typically what a whore would do for the right amount of money. So if you're doing that for free for your man, be that hoe.
As you should.
And it's not for free. Let's
just
just keep it real. It's not for free.
Yeah,
it's none of that shit. It's for free.
Nothing in life is free.
Yeah. This is America.
So
this is America.
let me ask these ladies these questions first before I get to your answers, fellas. Can you have sex with your partner when you're mad?
I can.
Yeah.
And what does that sex look like?
They
both did.
Probably rougher, maybe. It's been a long time since I've had angry sex, but it's probably like more rough, more like choking, more hair pulling, more scratching.
Damn,
I love how
I don't miss
it's a little bit
scratching.
rougher.
I don't miss
Mine is
getting
more
scratched.
like me like begging for your forgiveness. Like, is this better? Are you
man,
still
girl,
upset?
every time
like,
you're
it's
talking,
like,
you keep making me happy. Girl, stop it. Oh my God.
it's almost like I'd use reverse psychology, and then I'm probably gonna get something that I want from
No,
him.
you definitely will.
And you earned it.
Facts.
And you earned it.
Like, I want him to like take all the anger out on me, even if we were both upset. Like, that's how my angry sex goes.
You left me
Saying I'm
speechless.
sorry
Both these niggas
while
had to
I'm
take a
riding
sip.
the dick.
Yeah.
She's left me speechless. No, seriously.
Hey, truth shall set you free, brother.
You know, I feel like sex doesn't have to necessarily be angry either. When you're mad at your partner, sometimes it's just weird. You ever? I don't know if you ever.
What do you mean weird?
Weird, just weird and like.
Like, are y'all married people?
How
You
so?
know what I'm saying? Even if you're married or even if you're not, but I think that's probably more typical in marriage, and I can definitely speak from that perspective. And you know, it's just a weird where you're like, I want to say something, you know, I'm still in my feelings, so you're not fucking angrily, but you're kind of fucking intimately mad. It's a weird fucking thing. Maybe I'm not saying.
You know, I don't think I've ever been in that situation for a couple of reasons. First of all, I don't stay mad very long.
Yeah.
I get mad quick, and then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, why y'all still mad? Right? Like that happened 20 minutes ago, right? So I don't stay mad too long. The second thing is, I will tell you, it's funny because we always get on Gent about the fact that he's a sapiosexual, right? Somebody who is, you know, the mental aspect, emotional aspect of the relationship, it kind of coincides with sex, right? And I think for some men we can compartmentalize that. But for me, and I'm pretty bullish, right, when it comes to, you know, relationships and sex at times. But like, if I'm pissed off, I'm not even thinking about fucking you. Like, I've really had like angry sex, because my angry sex, I'd be angry. You know, and you don't want, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hurt her. You know what I mean? So I don't want to. I'm not even trying to touch you. I'm like, you got on my damn nerves. Get out of here. You trying to talk to me? So you know, for me, I haven't had that. So I think I think it really depends.
I take a different approach. Usually,
everything, nigga.
I know I take a lot of different approaches. I'll usually pass some of the best sex that I'm ever gonna give her when I'm mad. And I mean, she busting at least 20 times, something stupid, right? And guess what? Though. I'm not gonna bust, and then she's gonna be like, "So you're not gonna come?" And I'll be like, "No, I'm good." And then I walk away. I drop the mic and then I walk away. That's how I do
You're
it.
petty.
That's
Why would you do that?
Are you a Capricorn?
No, I'm a Sagittarius, but you know, it's close.
A Sagittarius.
Yeah, we'll do that too.
That is petty though.
Yeah, we'll do that too. Yeah, we'll do that too.
That is petty though.
Y'all think that shit means something? I don't think that sign stuff mean nothing.
Well,
Have either of you ever cried during sex?
Oh no, but I've had a girl cry while we were having sex.
Haven't we all?
And it's the most uncomfortable feeling.
Is it?
I almost hated her instantly for doing it. You know what I mean?
Why did she cry? Did she cry because it was good, or she was?
No. It was. I've had a girl cry because it was good, and I was spitting sweet nothings to her ear, so that was beautiful. But in this instance, it was in college, and I just met this chick, ENT 1102. I almost say her name if I was dead wrong, but I'm not. And
She married now.
She is actually, and so I linked up with her. It was raining. She had an umbrella, and she used her game on me. I was like, "Oh, I can walk you to your place." I was like, "Oh, I stay on campus, FAMU." You know what I'm saying? So we walked down there, and we got into the room. I shared a room. You know what I mean? Roommate wasn't there, so I start hitting it, and she just starts crying.
Are you serious? She gotta get the fuck out immediately.
Dog, no, it didn't. I mean, I don't think that's what it was. She looked like she could handle a dick. But she got up, she goes to the bathroom. I follow her because I'm a sensitive nigga at times. I'm like, "What's wrong, girl?" I'm trying to reassure her because at this point,
you worried.
I'm all in. Not really worried. Bitch ain't gonna call rape on me because I always stop. And secondly, I want to see if I can still get a nut too. I mean, you got me this way. Like, I want to finish this off. So she goes to tell me, it was like, "I can't do this again." I'm like, "Do what again?" Meet somebody and just jump all in. I'm like,
What the fuck?
So in
like 30, 45
listen, first of all, the first thing I said in my mind was, "Damn, so you do this often, so I just better make sure I use a condom." I did just get up to the hill. So I was like, no, girl, you got to be who you are. You know a nigga gonna always say the right thing.
Right.
Get her back to the room, fucked her. But that was the worst experience. When she started crying, I was like, oh my God. No, it didn't make me aroused in any way. Yeah. Gent, you look like you cried in some pussy.
No, I have never.
No, you do.
That hurts my feelings though.
No,
That you felt like I did though. But no, I've never cried while in some pussy. No.
Ladies, have you ever cried?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why? Why did you cry?
Because it was so good, and I don't know how it happened. And I was like, "Why the fuck am I crying? I'm laying up here like a weak ass bitch." I didn't like it.
That's beautiful.
But it happened. I could not control it, and he was like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "No."
That's magical.
But I couldn't stop. So he was all excited. So now every time I have sex with him, he tries to get me to a point where I'm going to cry. And I'm like, "All right, nigga, it's not going to happen every time."
Did you tell him immediately that like I'm crying because it's so good? Because that's an ego booster, like a mother.
Yeah, I did.
That gets your dick hard immediately.
He kept asking me why I was crying, and I told him. He knew. I told him because
he knew.
I said a lot of things that day.
He probably owns a small stock in your pussy right now, in my opinion. When a nigga make you cry, I imagine, well, no matter where you at in life, if you're single, you know what, I might fuck him one more time because of what he did that night, you know?
Yeah, and like that's only the second person who has ever made me cry during sex. The last time happened, I can't remember when, but this other guy, and the sex is always good, but it was like, what the fuck button did you just hit? Because now I have tears coming down, and this is uncontrollable. And I
never cried during sex.
It felt so good.
I've literally had somewhere out in the world, there's a piece of my soul just floating around trying to find my actual body. I have had my soul leave my body, and I just this nigga just changed I'm still fucking with him because I don't think I can ever leave him alone. He took my soul out and then just returned it gracefully.
Oh, wow.
It was the best.
Girl, you poetic, baby. Girl, you poetic, man.
Let me ask you a question about that. I don't want to get too much detail about this nigga dick game, but my question is this. Was it the way he drove the boat, or was it like, my point was it a thing that he did or he had, or was it his package? It was
the package, because he would do this thing where like he would fuck me hard, soft, and then go down and start eating my pussy right before I was gonna come, and then he put porn on, and I don't know what that did to my soul, but he was like, put in your favorite porn, and I like lesbian porn, so it's these girls eating pussy, and he's like, tell me what they're doing, like explain every detail, and I'm gonna do what they're doing in the video to you. And so my mind was stimulated, my pussy was screaming.
He mind fucked you at the same time.
You did well.
I want to be that nigga
everything.
No, but listen though, that's a great go-to move, and I don't like to really share sex moves, but we can talk about sex moves too if you want. But that's a go-to move of mine. Get him almost there with the dick, pull out and suck that pussy, and go back and forth, and it fucks with them every time.
Any real niggas doing that though?
And something she said about fucking her roughly and then flipping a switch and becoming intimate and soft. Women love that. So
yeah, making them predictable.
Indeed.
But predictable.
I just think
Right.
I like how interactive dude was. Like, he brought her in talking about explain what's going on to me, and it's forcing you to have to talk.
That's because you rather talk to the bitch than fucking.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
You would.
I mean, I like to have a nice conversation. What's wrong with a conversation, y'all?
No, but that's innocent. Own your truth, nigga. You can't use it against you if you own it.
We ask every guest this question, and we have another lady guest, so let's ask her. If a man,
Is this the Kiki or Medinah?
no, let's to both of them.
Okay.
If a man treated you to a trip out of the country to say, let's Puerto Rico for the weekend, if you accept this trip, are you expecting to have sex with this man? This is a man that you have been talking to.
There's only one right answer to this
dealing with
It's a
question.
man that I'm talking to?
Yes, that you've been dealing with him, but you have not slept with him yet because there's distance, maybe a 2-state or a 1-state difference.
Perhaps.
You know what I mean?
Florida, Georgia, perhaps.
When you say yes to this trip, are you saying, you know what, we're going to see what's what, and I'm giving this nigga a pussy?
You know, I have been in this situation multiple times.
Demon.
Good.
And if I feel like I'm not going to fuck you, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not going on the trip.
Thank you.
If
Exactly.
I do go on the trip, I most likely am fucking you. And it's not even, I'm at an age now where I don't feel like I have to fuck you just because you bought the flight. I used to feel like I had to.
Mhm.
Now it's like, we on a whole trip. We
Yeah.
probably on a tropical. I'm fucking you. I was
Yeah,
asking you,
part of the process.
That's a great story.
what else
Yeah,
are we
like
gonna
I
do?
like having sex. I think that the women who, it's like if this is just some random man who takes trip, that's a little. But if I'm talking to you, if you were in Atlanta with me, I would have been fucked you. So
Yeah.
absolutely, I'm fucking when we go to Puerto Rico
Yeah.
or wherever else. I think that a lot of girls are not into sex that much, or they
Mhm.
try to use it as like a power thing, or use
tool.
it to manipulate
Mhm,
men to
mhm.
get something that they want. I'm not into that because I like sex.
But let's
okay?
put it on the man,
And
though. Isn't it on the man?
What?
Isn't a bit of the onus on the man to make that move and make sure sex happens? You know what I mean? Do you want? do
sex
you
is
not?
gonna happen.
So
That's
you
what's
jumping
going
on
You're
it.
not. I'm telling you right now, you're not taking
What?
me on a trip and not trying to fuck me. You gonna try to fuck
I
me.
you-
do think that I would prefer for him to make the first move. But listen, like I said, I like sex.
Yeah.
We're fucking. If I gotta make the move, I make the move. I would prefer for him to do it. But if I start sensing some shyness, I'll have to take matters into my own hands. I'm
Yeah.
not going on a vacation and coming back with cobwebs in my pussy.
You
Like
ain't
no,
lying.
That's true.
that would be sad. And then I'm gonna talk about you on the show.
Hey,
Real talk.
I have a question for
Should
y'all.
say his name.
what's up?
too.
What's up?
How do you men, you young gentlemen, feel about period sex?
If you're talking to me, like you
You
can
shall-
you can call me Moses, man. I'm ready to part the Red Sea. But that's just me though. Like, and to me it's extra lubrication. I can wash these sheets or throw them away. I make enough money. I'm 6-figure nigga, so I can make enough money to go run and get some new 2,000 count sheets anytime. So for me, nothing's stopping the game. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and take I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I don't listen. We got all the time in the month, except for when you on your period.
Yeah.
So you know what? What we gonna do is practice patience. We're gonna
talk.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We're gonna go to the park. We're gonna do a bunch of shit, right? That
We
we
gonna
know we
hold
don't have the time
hands.
to do because we fucking.
What if her period is a week long?
That's fine. She'll be all right. Shh. We got the
Damn
rest.
sure will.
Are we thinking forever, or am I breaking up with her next week? If I'm breaking up with her next week, I might hit her. But and I'm joking right now. So my
No,
point
no,
on
there's
that
a piece of you that's serious
listen,
right
this
now.
that was the old me. I'm a different man. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I met a guy and we didn't know each other that well. It was supposed to be a one night stand, but it continued. And I was on my period. I was like, hey, look, I don't think we're gonna be able to fuck. I'm on my period. I didn't know him. He went down and took my tampon out with his teeth, and then ate my pussy.
I've heard
and
of
then
that.
fucked.
Dang, that's a nice move though.
That's not a nice
No,
move.
I appreciate that because I didn't want to eat again for the night, so I could stay within my
Yeah,
calorie intake. I'm not hungry anymore.
Listen to me. That nigga had to do something special, dog. I feel like he needed to do something special.
Was he ugly? Because that also may mean that.
Was he ugly? Yeah.
I don't think society would think he's the most attractive, but I don't really like.
Well, that's
Thank
the
you.
longest that nigga ugly ass I've ever heard, right?
Thank
So listen, I didn't even know that, did I? But I fucking knew
Can I
that.
ask
I
another
knew that, 'cause
question?
that
Was
nigga
his
felt like he had
dick
to do something
small or
special.
was his dick big or small?
It was big. It
Okay.
wasn't an outrageously large penis,
Okay.
but it was
But it was
nice.
designed-
But
She don't
yeah,
even
she
know
didn't know that when she seen that nigga
Yeah.
with his jeans on, right? So the ugly nigga had to get in the
I
game.
like a nasty nigga.
But, I
Like,
mean,
be nasty.
That's nasty,
That's
all right.
real nasty, man.
You
I don't even know how you
nastiest
can look a
nigga out
nigga in
there.
the eye after he do that shit.
You can't hit with him no more. You can't hit with
Man,
him.
you can't even look the nigga in the eye. Though you though, when that nigga go to say bye, you like, alright, nigga. You turning your head and shit. You don't even want that.
Man, that's wild. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I just don't think I need to because I think there's other things that we can do They don't involve me getting blood on my fingertips on my mouth. You know what I mean?
I think if we're having sex and I knock your period on,
I've had that.
I'm gonna finish that night. But if you're on your period, I'm gonna wait.
We talking about heavy flow too, not the light stuff. That's not.
And again, we're gonna wait. What'd that mouth do? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it got good iron in it. You know, if any one of y'all are anemic, whatever that may be.
Man, who?
Man, you related to this nigga? You never seen this nigga growing up together?
Nigga said good iron. Nigga like get a plasma transfusion. Nigga,
you would have think sharing that room all these years. You would have
listen. So you talked earlier about a man making you cry. An article about a woman from Maryland. This woman killed her husband because he stopped eating the pussy every night.
I'm from Maryland, by the way.
Yeah.
That's where they do it. That's how they do it out there.
So why did he stop eating it?
Is that the first question you got?
Again, the article did not cover that because she killed that nigga. We couldn't get his side. Couldn't get his side names.
No motive given.
She killed the nigga. Shot him with a gun. Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy.
That's messy.
And she used that as the motive. Yeah, that was the motive.
Yeah, but let's be honest, that's not the reason.
There has to be more to that story. He did something.
Well, what was just crazy?
What if he was giving her mind blowing, soul snatching head every night, and that nigga said, "You know what? I'm not eating that pussy no more." Mm-hmm. That shit might make somebody crazy.
I doubt it.
That's not okay.
No, it's not.
We're definitely not approving.
Yeah, we're not going to demonize sex like that.
Is head very important to you, ladies? How important
Absolutely.
is it?
It's already very difficult for anyone to make me come. So I'm definitely not coming from penetration unless you just have like a Power Ranger dick. Then it's like, okay, cool. There's been a couple niggas that can do it. It's very rare. So you have to eat my pussy. If I meet a nigga that's like, I'm not eating pussy, you're also not fucking me. So have a good day. Good day, sir.
Now, I have had a few guys who are just not good at it. Now, the rest of the sex is fine, but for whatever, they weren't good at it. So I continued to fuck them, but I just told them, I don't ever encourage them to do it. If they do,
that's like Jezzy with the booty hole.
I don't want them to stop fucking me because that part's fine.
Yeah.
But they need lessons on the giving me head part. So I usually just try to move and suck their dicks.
There's nothing worse than a nigga that can't eat pussy. You're just you're looking down at him like, what are you doing?
Is he not open
I'm
to
like, check my
instruction?
email right now.
No, but I'm saying though, is he not open to instruction?
Y'all don't want to do that.
I don't know if he was slow in that department or what. I don't mind giving instruction, but then it's like, okay, I can with anybody. I can only tell you how to do something so many times, and it's like, all right, you're not getting it. I'm not a good teacher. I try to guide people, but if you're not a quick learner,
yeah, you get frustrated easy.
Do you guys prefer someone eating you from, traditional missionary, or you prefer from the back?
You just want your nose in somebody.
I'm just asking a question.
I like it from the back better sometimes. It depends. I don't know.
I like the traditional.
I like it all kind of ways.
You can really get in that thing.
Okay. You can really get into these ways. Yeah.
I don't like sitting on faces. It makes me feel like I'm really smothering him, and then I can't even think about.
He wants to be smothered.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
I like a face on.
Yeah, I really like that.
And I like when their nose can kind of rub up against my clit a little bit.
I like that too.
Yeah.
I like to be comfortable when my pussy's getting ate. I want to lay down.
Yeah, I actually agree because I feel that way about head myself.
You want to lay down?
You like to lay down?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, if I'm going to be at my most comfortable, I want to lay down. Now, obviously, there are times I like to sit or stand, depending on where how I'm feeling. But when I really want to bust a good nut, I want to lay down and service me. You know what I mean?
You know what I like to be on? You know the nigga that sell what's the rum? You got your leg cocked up on the bed.
Oh, the Captain Morgan.
Yeah, and she on the
you like that stance?
Yeah,
okay.
That's
standing up gets hard towards the end for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, legs get weak.
I like a suck and smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Best thing ever, but I hate the name of that. Nothing makes me happier than smoking a spliff and getting head. I mean, if you can have some porn on in the back or a basketball game, you know what I mean? Either one will do. But if I can smoke a spliff and get some head, I'm probably going to tell you I love you that night. You know what I mean? I'm going to mean it too.
24-hour expiration. That's
So, fellas, do you have any go-to sex moves?
I'm a missionary guy. I mean, I can do doggy, right? I'm a missionary because I like to beat the pussy up.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can just.
I thought you were an ass guy though. Can you really enjoy the ass the same?
No, I mean I'm doing everything. Yeah. But you're asking me if I want to give it all.
That's your best move.
Yeah. I'm balls deep, man. Yeah.
What about you, Gent? No ass eating. That can't be your
No,
best.
that's not.
No getting smothered. No eating on the period.
But-
no sucking feet.
But anal is my go-to.
Listen, we forgot that one, Jeezy. Goddamn, we forgot that.
I mean, yours is difficult.
I'm so good at ushering it in that
No pun
I
intended.
can make anyone comfortable, even if they never had it.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, "Dang, I was afraid of it, and now like I don't even want to use my pussy anymore."
Yeah.
Like I can get it. Like
Wow.
I want to ask the ladies though. Can somebody usher you into some booty sex? I mean, I don't know quite what that means,
Like,
but yeah, come
talking
with
into
me.
I put some white gloves on and everything. You know,
But why do
I'm just messing with you.
You're not. Yeah,
Can somebody usher us into what? I
Anal
couldn't
sex.
hear.
anal sex.
It's a booty hole sex.
Yeah. Gent said he likes to usher them into booty sex.
It's just taking your time, baby. That's all.
We have this
I've
debate all
tried
the time.
several. It's not even a debate. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I have tried multiple times. It was very painful. My booty hole is too tight, and it's like, I've tried. It was extremely painful. I heard you talking about starfish before. I was laid out like a starfish, and I was really tired. And I was just like, you know what? Medina keeps telling me, like, if I just tough through it, like, there's a promised land later.
Damn.
I never made it.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just like, I'm done with it. I'm fine with a few fingers, but I didn't think their dicks were that big.
Three
I still don't. So it's just not for me.
Respect.
If you want anal sex, there's plenty of women out there who like it. Go fuck them and holler at me the next time you just want it.
I am one of those women. I think it feels so good once you do get through the pain. Oh, there's a glory.
There it is.
Glory hole, huh?
No, there
That's
is.
interesting.
That's
I'm gonna
It's
go
there
home
is.
to glory if I do that shit again. Okay.
I will say, if you are a man and you're fucking your girl in her booty hole, or any girl in her booty hole, she deserves a cash app or a present, because the pain that we go through afterwards,
Respect.
like the aftermath,
agree.
it's just a lot. You're just like in pain. Send me something so I know you can.
Now it makes sense why you trick
Yeah,
off.
because he's a nigga to send you everything.
Yeah.
So,
Now I get it. You,
And plus,
you
baby,
over.
baby girl, you gotta throw some witch hazel on there just to make sure it closes back up. Don't worry, we'll talk about it later. What about you, Jesus?
I hate that you even know shit like that. I don't even know how you found out.
What about
Well, I
yours?
already shared my best move. To me, missionary, a remix version, a pretzel style. 'Cause I like to switch it up.
Would you wrap the legs around the waist and
Yeah, I like
Get
to
under
put
the legs.
one leg up and push it back, push your hips back, because it's really about getting to that G spot.
Mhm.
And sometimes, I like to get a firm arm around her throat. You know what I'm saying? My hand around her throat.
is that when you spit on, or is it?
No, but that spit on, that's when you got both legs cocked on your forearms and you come in real deep and you stare into her eyes and you tell her to open her mouth and, then you spit in her mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
But if on that situation when you're choking her, you just spit in her face. You know what I'm saying? And say, take this dick.
You saying so casually though, like
Yeah, I mean, this is what she wants. This is what she wants. She didn't say it. I just know.
You see it in her eyes?
You
She
saw
keeps
the
coming.
signal.
Yeah, she keeps coming. So,
Yeah.
so
It's amazing when they keep coming what they'll do.
yeah.
It's amazing.
The way they look at you is what I love. Nigga, oh shit, you gonna just make me come again? Like they start talking to themselves and shit. I'm just gonna stay focused and keep my stroke going, okay? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my part on that.
Stuff.
So when you first get with a new partner, ladies, do you go in with your best moves or do you ease into shit? Like, this is my first time, I'm just gonna give them phase one.
I try to split it up in phases, but I typically have sex quick. So I'm busting out most of the moves in a night in the different rounds. So maybe the first time we start fucking, you might not get everything, like the spit in the mouth, but maybe round two, throughout that night, we probably doing all the things.
And that's
I'm
something
not
you have to
doing all the
request,
things.
don't you? The spit in the mouth?
Huh?
I'm sorry to interrupt. The spit in the mouth before you go, isn't that something you have to request from a new partner? I can't imagine a new partner, having that cue already. No,
I've had it happen both ways, where it just the only way that I'm like even gonna stop it is like if it looks like you have bad hygiene, which typically I'm not fucking about it looks like that. Every now and again, if you sneak in there and you don't know that they're missing that tooth, but to open your mouth is normally what happens. But sometimes niggas just be like, "I'm spinning your mouth, bitch."
the audacity though. That's I don't know, man.
You
How
gotta
about you,
have big
Kiki?
nuts.
I pull out a few of my specialty moves, but I don't lay them all out because then it's like I want to go up from there. Like I like to have a build up. Like you thought the first time was really good because I did something extra that probably most girls wouldn't do. They're probably more timid, or maybe most girls don't. I don't know. But I don't throw it all out there the first time. It's like eventually, and you're gonna have to bring me something too. And it's kind of like a tit for tat almost. Like if we're having sex, I might be really excited to have sex with you, but if I realize in the middle of sex that like I'm doing all of the work and there's no reciprocity, okay. No more tricks are coming out for you, sir.
No more sex is coming out. I'm rolling.
That's what
over
I mean.
And going to
Like it's just like, well, hold on. And then sometimes I'm like, okay, well, maybe the guy's a little shy. I will start requesting things that I want. Okay. And then depending on their response, which should just be to do what I asked for, that kind of shows me how the rest of this is going to go and if I'll block their number or not.
That's hilarious. That makes sense. But don't you guys think that a plateau is inevitable, right? If you're fucking somebody for a long enough time, a plateau sexually is inevitable, right? Because at some point, ain't none of your shit new. At some point, we didn't know all this shit 20, 30 times. And so my point is how do you continue to keep it spicy? How do you continue to add things in there if you show everything on the first date or first time?
For me, it always goes up because, like I said, I like to try everything. Sometimes someone's introducing me to something. Like, let's talk about like piss play. That's not something I'm really into, but if my partner wanted to do it, that's something new that we're trying. If you want to have a threesome or bring other people in, that's something new. And my upgrades are really intense. So,
clearly, are you open to a double male threesome and a double woman, or what are we talking about?
I used to not be okay with the 2 guys, 1 girl, because I was worried about how it looked. But now as I get older, I'm like, that actually might not be so bad.
I had a homegirl that had one, and she said, when you choose the right man, it's so beautiful because both of them are aiming to please you, and they're not trying to outdo one another. And she said it's an amazing thing. And you're in the middle, just working it both. And the way she said it, if for the first time I didn't look at it as like, man, that's something a hoe would do. You know what I mean? Like when she said it like that, I was like, damn, that does sound right. No wonder I want a threesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I've had.
It's interesting. It's interesting how we classify certain things as taboo and certain things other, right? Like at this point, things that are taboo now, I mean, things that are commonplace now, right? Kind of table stakes. 20, 30 years ago, 40, 50 years ago, they were taboo, right? Yeah. So it's just amazing to see how, sexual revolution and openness within relationships. I mean, I'm not that old, but I mean, I even think, 10, 15 years ago, I don't know that it was as open as it is now, right? Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool to see.
And you talked about taboo. Odell Beckham apparently likes to be shitted on.
Whoa, that was heavy. Sure. I wasn't expecting you to say
that. Yes, I went there immediately. There was an article, I forget whose baby mama, some rap nigga baby mama. Apparently, Odell's been at her. He's into shitting, asked for videos of her on the toilet shitting, and asked that she shit on him. She said she couldn't do it, so he didn't. But
we can neither confirm nor deny this.
Right. Odell did later come on and say that that's not true.
Okay.
I mean, I never knew a nigga to admit to getting shitted on, so I imagine him to deny that no matter what.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that, Des, and ladies?
You really asked me that question? You should have asked goddamn Gent.
You right, Gent. I totally, you're wrong. Man, I'm fucking up. Gent, would you shit on a woman?
That junk had me sweating immediately. I'm not. You know what? There's
in lines, a good way?
No, in a bad way. There's lines to it. I am open for a woman peeing on my chest, but shitting.
What about you shitting on her though? You just feel like the man been shitting on you. You just want to take it out on somebody and shit on.
You know what? I feel like
your answer too long already.
I feel like there is.
So you would do it.
There's some tremendous.
Well, see, what I would say is basically if you carry the one nigga, then just what the fuck are you saying?
I think there's some closeness if a girl could sit in the bathroom with you and kind of talk to you while you on the shitter. Like, I think that's cool. Like,
that's not what we talking about, nigga.
That's as far as I can do it though. I can't do any more than that. That's the closest that a woman can get to my shit.
Okay,
that's it.
We got it, boo boo.
Don't boo boo me. We not using the word boo boo right now.
I thought it was appropriate based on we talking about shit. You know what I mean? So my bad, though.
Okay, so
I'm trying to be clever.
Noise in the bedroom. I've had some women in the past, and man, they were noisy, but in an annoying way.
Yeah.
Do you like noise? To what extent?
Do I like
I do.
noise like
Yeah.
coming out of my mouth, or you mean just like
Both.
music?
Out of the
on?
dude.
No, noise more from your man. Do you want him moaning? Do you want him making sounds?
I'm a big like if you ever heard me fucking, you would think I wrote a script. Like there are so many words being said. If he's not talking, I'm telling him, tell me that's your pussy. Tell me that's my dick. Tell me how good my pussy feels. Like I'm definitely like a moaner, a talker, but I'm not like a screamer. I'm just in there reciting poetry.
I love that.
She said poetry. What about you, Kiki?
Oh God, I like the sounds. I like all the sex sounds. I want to hear like the bodies slapping together.
Yeah.
I want to hear the moans.
Yeah.
I want to hear all the curse words.
Mhm.
I love it.
You
I like
know-
to hear the headboard hitting the wall.
Mhm.
I might bang on the wall if I can get to it. I like it.
They got damn
Don't you
soundtrack.
love
Yeah.
Like you're doing something to a man and he's like, oh shit, what you doing?
Yeah.
And you can
I
just
like when they
tell.
can't say their words. I especially like when I'm having sex with somebody and when they come, it's like just gibberish comes out, like no words. They're trying to make words,
Yeah.
and they just lay there and they're just stuck. It's just like, I won today.
Yeah. We be trying to
Wait
say
for me.
something. It be hard sometimes.
No, you know the best sound? That little gurgle gag sound when she's deep on your dick sucking it. That and she and she try to catch her breath. Man, that shit sounds
We're
beautiful.
trying to
dog.
keep from throwing up. But
Right.
yeah.
No, I understand. I'm gonna let her up for a little millisecond before she go right back down. But it's just a beautiful sound, dog. Right?
Do you know? So I'm gonna say two
Man.
things. First of all, when it comes to sound, so here's the thing, right? Here's my little secret. I like sound, but I tell them to shut the fuck up, right? I want
You
to
get
work. I
something
want
out of
to. I
that.
want to work that sound
Yeah.
out. Like, but I told you shut the fuck
Yeah.
up, right? And I want to give it to her, and she can't help but say something. I know I'm trying to do my thing. The second thing is, you talked about the sound of gurgling. There's some when you're hitting that pussy and it started to get extra wet and that sound change. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I
The
love
mac
that.
and cheese sound.
Yes, she said the mac and
Mac and
cheese.
cheese.
I love it. You get
cheese.
and it's a noticeable difference, right? There's that regular, and that thing open up and get right,
Yeah.
and that thing is different. It's
Where
different.
your
Mhm.
eyes are just, this is
Yeah,
the brightest
they
I've
got-
seen your eyes.
Yeah, they got real big,
Ever,
dog. They got real
Yeah.
big.
That mean you working.
So a homegirl told me this. She said, nothing makes me feel more validated. And this may be fucked up to y'all, so don't judge my homie. Okay, we all out here.
That's some wild shit.
She said, nothing makes me feel more validated than when I can get my man off orally. She said that as much as pussy is good and a pussy wet and it's supposed to be, you know, a nigga working for that on some extent. And to her, being able to service him and get him off, you know, herself, nothing is more important to her. I want to know, ladies, do you agree with that statement? Is it more important to get your man off orally than it is vaginally?
I've never even considered which one is more important, to be honest. But I can see like why she would feel that way. I get it. I think maybe if like the guy just typically does not come from head and he tells me that, then it's like, all right, challenge accepted. But I don't really care how you
I'm
come. I
gonna
just want you
lose
to
the
come.
challenge. I ride really good dick, and I'm always gonna go to that part of sex.
Not-
I can try sucking your dick, and I used to be really good at it. My jaws get very tired. It's a lot of work. Like, you don't understand how
Oh my
much
God.
It is a lot of
you
work.
gotta use your hands. You gotta use your tongue, your lips. My jaws are tight. Oh, don't bite down. Oh, spit on it.
Yeah.
Don't throw up. Like it's just like so
You
much
know,
fun. I can
the
do
way
it.
that you're saying it right now, that I've never thought about it. Like it's
so much
literally
work.
rubbing your stomach and patting your head at the same time. You're looking in two directions at the same time. That gotta be difficult.
I'm telling girls that can really make niggas come off of sucking their dick. I salute them. I be
Yeah.
trying them. I'm just like, I'm sorry.
You got to
I
work
think I'm
for
the
it.
opposite of you. I used to like riding dick more. That used to be my go-to, and it has switched. And now I'd rather
Really?
suck a dick. Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
like sucking dick. Yeah.
I think a lot of women, and I, don't take this the wrong way, are lazier as far when it comes to riding dick, and that could be my experience.
I think it's your experience.
You know what I mean?
No, it's absolutely. I'm lazier. Than I
Yeah,
used to be.
and I was in a couple Facebook groups years ago, and we used to have this discussion, and many women would jump in and say, "Yeah, I'm just not in great shape, and I'm not gonna be up there on that riding that dick longer than 15 to 30 seconds."
Damn.
Yeah,
say minutes.
nigga, before your thighs be nigga, come on,
Okay.
30 minutes my
No.
ass.
I'm dead ass serious.
A woman that's riding dick for 30 minutes is in fucking shape. Okay, get out of here.
Really?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Or she just really likes
Come
it.
on,
30
man, like,
minutes is a long
30
time.
minutes is a long
15
time.
minutes is not.
Think
You-
about your legs, and then your legs are spread, and the position that you're
It be hurting.
in.
It feels
It
like you're
depends.
squatting
Wow.
all night.
Yeah, it's like, okay, how
I'm
many
shocked.
squats do you typically do with the dick inside?
For real.
Come on.
And I like a girl that can give head for an extended amount of time, anywhere between 20 to 45 minutes. And I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm in the pussy fucking you for an hour and a half, you done bust 4-5 times, you done leak so much, we already know we got to wash the sheets. We mad about that shit. I deserve them 45 minutes of pleasure. You know what I'm saying? When you was getting yours, it was all good. I'm sucking pussy and you busting here and there. Nah, I'm going to lay back now, you know what I'm saying, and get mine. So I hear what you're saying. I totally agree. That's a long time. And sometimes I feel sorry for her, but I'm going to feed her tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
You're so stupid. You're so stupid.
Sure.
Next question, nigga.
Oh, man. So we wanted to talk about fun fact, sex fact. Do you know why men typically sit with their legs open? I want to know, ladies, if they've ever realized that. You ever noticed a nigga always sitting, legs spread all wide and shit, like he big
some
shit?
room in his balls and stuff. No.
Yes, apparently it's a medical fact that your sperm count is lowered when your nuts get hot. So it's a instinctive thing to keep your legs open as a man, to spread them so you can have healthy sperm and cum. And it's not even something that you think about. It's just
subconscious.
Exactly. That we know to do that to keep good airflow in the balls.
Nigga, I'm smarter because of you today.
You know what I'm saying? So if your man got a desk job and he can't get you pregnant, you know what, nigga? You know, you got to be more active. Because you're sitting down all day on your nuts and, you know, the nuts get hot.
So what does that say about those men who cross their legs like
I don't think it says
European? Like, I mean, and that's their standard protocol.
I don't know. It's the.
I don't think it's just Europeans.
Is the population greater or lower over there? I mean,
because you got to see in the States, man, we do more of the figure four across your legs. That still leaves some open space. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
But Europeans, they cross, even the men, they cross their legs like ladies.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Yeah, I just want to know.
When it comes to sex, do you prefer to be in control or to control? To be controlled, excuse me.
To be controlled. Controlled. I definitely want to be
was a stereo.
Control me, baby.
Yeah. I think most women do. I don't deal well with women that want to be in control, and I've had situations like that in the past. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, she you know
the one for you.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
You know, I want to dominate. You know what I mean? And I can share the spotlight here and there, you know, while I'm getting my head at the end of the night. But I don't know if I want the entire thing to be dominated. You know,
a lot of women too. I've seen that. You know, I prefer like alpha type, A type personality women, like strong women in control, aka boss bitches, all that stuff. So I prefer that. But I think that I would say that I've had situations where they were unwilling at times, and not a lot of times, because I think it's the dynamic between you and them. I think those strong women can be submissive in the right situations, particularly if they trust you. So I think I attribute some of the difficulties I've had in relationships, particularly sexual, with those women to be a lack of establishing a level of trust, right? That's needed for them to submit. But I've seen that a lot, right? And I think a couple of times I've dated a chick and like, you know what? Maybe I've been saying one. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to fight through, right? All that shit. So I get a beta bitch, right? Right. And shit's a lot easier. You know what I mean? But that's not my preference, right? I like somebody to push back on me. So just something I've noticed.
I think for men, sometimes the only time we actually have control is in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for a lot of men. I mean, if you're not an A-type personality, and you're anything like a beta, sigma, omega, anything like that.
You'll name all the frats, huh?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely say that might be some of the only time they have control. You never know.
I believe that women are more naturally submissive when they're in the bedroom. And I do think it's easier for a woman to be submissive there than it is outside. Would you agree, ladies?
For me, it depends on the person, really. Like, I don't mind being submissive, but to your point when you were sharing how like you need to be able to trust the person, that's the thing for me. I can't be submissive for just everyone. If there's no level of trust there, if I don't think you're a leader, if I can't trust that you make decisions, what the fuck am I submitting to you for? No, I'm probably not gonna deal with you. But yeah, I think that I guess it is the easiest in the bedroom versus other places where, you know, decisions that are being made and submitting, like it has more lasting effects than, am I about to come or not?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you'll say yes to anything at that point.
That's what it is. Dope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, We love you, ladies. I can't say that's enough. Please tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find us on Instagram at CockTales Podcast. Our Twitter is CockTales ATL. And then my name on both platforms is Kiki Said So. New episodes drop every Thursday.
Hey.
My Instagram is at Coffee Bean Dean, and on Twitter it's at Medinah_Monroe. I always get confused because I don't be on Twitter that often, but I'm trying to do better.
And we really, really appreciate you, ladies. This has been an awesome conversation. Very
you guys
candid.
are amazing.
You guys got
Thank
an
you so
awesome
much
vibe.
for having us. We
Oh,
appreciate
no.
it.
Y'all are dope.
Thank you guys for being here. We really appreciate you. Go ahead,
Jen,
Jen.
where can they find us?
Hey, you can find us everywhere on Instagram at Brunch with Boys, on Twitter at Boys with a Z_brunch, Facebook, type that shit in. Huge YouTube presence. We're on all podcast platforms, Apple, Google, Spotify.
Website?
And we got the website freshly launched, and we got the merch, especially for the women.
Come on,
we ain't putting none of our faces on that shit, women, because that's
Wear around
You
your
bullshit.
can wear it in front of you.
That's bullshit. It's www.brunchwiththeboys.com with a Z.
It's
Hey,
3
check it
W's.
out.
That nigga said www. It won't take
Okay, my bad. 3 W's, my bad, y'all. But yeah, check that shit out. It's fresh, and we're really proud of it, man. So, but hey, again, thank you to the wonderful ladies from the CockTales Podcast.
Cocktails. We appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
Enjoy your Saturday nights, ladies.
Turn up.
Okay, bye.
Ow.
Yeah, coffee and brunch. We can have our conversations over coffee and brunch. Ha.